Right now, the market is dropping and most people don't really understand why. This week looked strong at first, but suddenly everything changed. Bitcoin pulled back, altcoins started bleeding, and volatility came back fast. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what happened this week, what moved the market, and most importantly, what could happen next. Hey everyone, welcome back. If you enjoy the content, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So let's start with the biggest driver, the Federal Reserve. After the FOMC meeting on March 18th, the Fed made one thing very clear. They are not in a hurry to cut rates. In fact, expectations for rate cut in 2026 were reduced to just one. At the same time, inflation projections were increased to the 2.8%. So, and this is very important because when inflation stays high, which is not pretty high actually for me, the Fed keeps interest rates high. And when rates are high, risk assets like Bitcoin struggle. So this is why we saw a classic sell the news reaction. The market was expecting something more dovish, but instead we got a hawkish Fed. So, and that creates pressure across the entire crypto market. So, and we gotta know, just a second guys. Yeah, so, but that was the not only problem, because this week geopolitical tension also increased, especially between US and Iran. So, and whenever global risk rises, market react fast. So oil prices move higher. I mean, we have seen this week $120. So it's something though. So and crypto saw sudden sell off. Of course, okay, maybe it's not earlier in the week, but we have seen like today and yesterday. Like sudden sell off. So we even saw liquidation across the market. So I'm gonna show you something guys. You can also check from that website. So you can see here volume and the liquidation in the markets. So as you can see here, across to the market, Bitcoin dropped sharply and touched around to $66,000. That move was fast, emotional, and liquidity driven. So, but here is the interesting part. As soon as the escalation news come in, Bitcoin recovered quickly back to the $72 or maybe $74,000. This tell us something very important. The market is still strong, but extremely sensitive. So, and on the other hand, we have Kiyosaki. I'm sure you guys know who Kiyosaki is. He's a very important people for the cryptocurrency. So now let's talk about something more about the Robert Kiyosaki. So the author of the Rich Dad Poor Dad. So also, as I say, it's really important for the crypto world. So he said that a massive financial crash could happen in 2026. But at the same time, he made a very aggressive prediction. Bitcoin could reach $750,000. Now, whether you agree or not, this kind of statement affects market psychology. So because it's his idea, right? So it doesn't mean Bitcoin like reach 100% to $750,000. I believe Bitcoin reached the $750,000, but when? Maybe in 10 years or maybe in 15 years. But I believe someday Bitcoin reached to $750,000. So, and that Bitcoin is not just a trade, but a long-time hedge against the system. So that's why I believe Bitcoin will reach that level. So, and On the other side, we have so to be honest, here is where things get very interesting, because while price is going down short term, the fundamentals are getting stronger. So this week, the SEC and CFTC made a historical joint statement. They officially classified Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana as a digital commodities. This is really huge, because it gives clarity. It means activities like staking and mining are not traded as a security. So and this reduces regularity risk significantly. So and this and at the same time, we saw strong institutional demand. For example, Bitcoin spot ETFs recorded over $1 billion, 1.5 billion in inflows in March. Of course, the price is going down, but on the other side, the institutional money is still keep coming in the game. And it shows one thing clearly. As I say, big money is still entering the market. Also, USDC made a major move. USDC and USDT transfer for the first time since 2019, its transfer volume surpassed the USDT. So it's something though. It's something though. And so now let's talk about altcoins, because this is where smart money is quietly moving. Despite the overall market drop, some projects showed serious strength. For example, Hyperliquid and the BitTensor Tau coin. So these projects pumped between 25% to 50%, while the rest of market was falling. So these are really strong, because in the real world people can use that. So, and they are not getting close to the top 10 or 20 by market cap. This is not a random, this is rotation. Money is leaving the weak projects and following into strong narratives. So we also had some token unlocks, as you can see here, guys. Yeah, over here we have some token unlocks this week. Layer 0 unlocked around 54 million worth of tokens, and another projects unlocked around $10 million. Now usually unlocks create sell pressure, and combined with macro fear, they added more downside to the market. So it's also very important when some coin has it unlocks or no. So let's quickly break down to the price action. So guys, we are right now, oh mama, we are right now $65,000, because before just 10 minutes the price was $66,000, but now it's a $65,000. So Bitcoin start the week around, actually, as you can see guys, around $72,000, then drop as low as the 66, so which is, as you can see right now, it's not anymore $66,000. Maybe it's gonna dip more in the weekend. So it's right now around $65,800. So and now it's consolidating. I'm sorry guys, just below $70,000. I mean $70,000, $72,000. That 70k levels is a psychological. So we have to get there, because it's a psychological. It's of course there is just 10% different, but it's the more important part. It's a psychological. So it's acting like a battlefield between buyers and sellers. That's all. So Ethereum, on the other hand, is struggling between 1,800 and 2,000. It's holding but not showing the strong momentum yet. Yeah. So and so what does all of this mean? Simple. Short term, the market is under pressure. I'm still thinking that Bitcoin is gonna reach the around $50,000 levels. Yeah, but as I say, the market is really under pressure. High interest rates, global tensions, and liquidity issues. So all of these are slowing the market down. But long term, I mean, I told you guys before, I'm not. I don't expect anything. I don't expect anything from the autumn. But after the autumn, and which is the Q4 of 2027 and Q1 2027, I think we're gonna see end of this year, we're gonna see a really strong bull market, and I think that Bitcoin is gonna reach to $200,000, and many of altcoins is gonna make 10x or maybe 20x or something like that, and the fundamentals are getting also stronger. Regulation clarity is improving, institutional money is flowing in, and strong projects are still growing. So right now, this is not a clear bull run. We are clearly in a bear season, but it's also as I say, it's a clearly bear season. I'm pretty sure no one can tell, like, of course there's a people they are saying like we are not in the bear season, it's just a weak bull season, or the bull is gonna start in 1 month or something like that. But no, market is under pressure. So are you reacting to fear or preparing for the next move? That's the real question. Are you reacting to the fear or preparing yourself for the next move? So guys, thanks a lot. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.